Hey, how's it going, guys? This is a video I wanted to make to answer a question that I get asked repeatedly. So I thought it would just be easier to make a video to explain it, and by it I mean this, and try to answer a few questions about guys that are curious about it. Hope you like it. Okay, to start off with, I'm a world-class smartass. Now, how that plays into this, I really don't know, but basically here's what happened. When I was 16 years old, I was on the way back from a football game, and a car in front of me made a real quick turn and made a donut. Well, I thought it was one of my redneck buddies, so they turned down a side street and I pursued them. We chased each other around for a minute. Bunch of ignorant country boys, this is what we do. So anyway, we stopped in the road and they got out, walked around the vehicle, and they got right to the vehicle when I realized I didn't know who it was. So as I got up on my vehicle, the last thing I asked was, who is that? Because I did realize I don't know these guys. And one of them, the only words he said was this, and he hit me across the jaw with a pipe. Well, it shattered my jaw, and I fell back in my truck. Well, these two guys commenced to dragging me out of the truck, beating the hell out of me, and talking crazy to me while they did it. Honestly, it wasn't that painful. After my jaw was shattered, everything kind of went numb, and I couldn't really hear that much because it made a real loud ringing in my ear. It's extremely loud. So I lost my teeth. I had a lot of structural damage on this side of my head. They beat me down this side of my body, and it caused a lot of long-term damage for a while. And for example, I forgot how to tie my shoes. I forgot how to do some rudimentary math. I had a lot of memory loss from things prior to that. So it was something that took a while to get over. Okay, did I ever find out who did it? No, unfortunately I didn't, or maybe fortunately that I didn't. My family is real country, and they very much believe in an eye for an eye. My dad was one of the strongest men I've ever met in my life, both physically and emotionally. If I ever saw the man cry, I'll be damned if I remember where it was. But he was a strong man, and when his 16-year-old son got beat almost to death, if he'd have run up on him, more than likely he would have lived out his days in the penitentiary. That's the type of family that I come from. They're not bad people, but they're hard. I live here in East Texas. It's oil field country, redneck country, roughneck country. The guys around here are pretty rough, and not to say that they're not great people, but around here you have to be hard or you get run over. And that's the type of family that I have, and I love them to death, and they would do anything for me. So it actually is better that I never found out who it was, because I have no doubt in my mind they would have retaliated, and it would have got really, really ugly. It's an eye for an eye part of the world. It's just where I live. I try to stay away from that kind of thing now. I try to stay away from drama and stuff, but it was something that happened to me that really upset the rest of my family. And I think if I'd have known who it was or found out who it was, something bad would have happened. Okay, do I have very many memories of the event? Not really. I remember that it was two grown men. They were both white. I remember smelling liquor on them really strongly. Why they decided to do this, I really don't have a clue. Just a couple of mean old drunks. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think that really is about the long and short of it. And I think that's really, all there is to it. All right, fast forward to 2010, and I'm at the NCAA Final Four with a really good friend of mine, Steve Hawk. And I've been noticing I've been having headaches for probably about 3 weeks. And I've been taking just an insane amount of Tylenol and stuff because of it. And I noticed when I was down there after a couple of days, my eyes were starting to bother me, my left eye especially, and I didn't realize it at the time, but it was open and it wasn't blinking. When you're with your buddies, you don't look at each other's eyes, so you don't notice that they're not blinking. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, my eye was literally burning. I went to the bathroom, and when I did, my eye was open like this. And yeah, I couldn't make it blink, I couldn't make it do anything, so I woke my buddy up, scared to death. He called his mom, who's an RN. She told him to get me to the emergency room right away. And so we got dressed as quickly as possible and took off for the emergency room. And when I got there, I had some really good doctors, and they told me what I had was something called Bell's palsy. I'd heard of it vaguely before, but didn't know that much about it. And basically what it's like is there's a nerve that runs down on both sides of your face, and that nerve can become inflamed. And in my case, because of the prior beating that I had had, the canal where the nerve went through, instead of just becoming pinched, it got cut. And because of it now, my mouth and everything were covered. There for a long time, it was drooping real bad. Just a second, I'll show you a picture of what somebody looks like before and after Bell's palsy. Okay, as you can tell by looking at the picture, that's kind of what it does to your face. You look like somebody that's had a really major stroke, but it honestly is more like carpal tunnel than it is a stroke. It's a nerve that has become damaged, and because of it, you lose all of your sensation of feeling. My mouth drooped real bad. My eyes started doing like a bloodhound. It started sagging real bad on this side. It took about 2 weeks before I got any movement of any kind back, and I was really blessed. I had some great therapists, and they were able to get the rest of my face functioning well, because I couldn't drink, couldn't eat. If I drank, I was drooling real bad. You couldn't understand me when I spoke, and it was a long recovery time. But the downside is my eye never fully recovered. So underneath the patch, my eye is basically frozen open. It'll move just the tiniest bit, but that's all. It'll no longer make tears, and it's the only backup that I have. So out in the world, when there's bees flying around, dirt, debris, I'm not able to blink this eye to keep it from going in my eye. So basically I wear the patch to protect that eye, because if something ever happens to this one, this is all I got left. So that's the reason that I wear the patch. It's not a cosmetic thing, it's not a stylish thing. When guys ask me about it, it's kind of like guys asking me, do you wear a hearing aid because you think it's cool? No, it's not cool at all. I'm having to cover up my damn eye so that I can protect it. And I don't have very good vision anymore, because at night it stays open. A lot of times I'll turn over in my sleep, the pillowcase will scratch the lens. So right now through this eye, it's kind of like looking through a dirty Coke bottle. That's about the kind of vision that I have, but it's still better than nothing. And I'm blessed that when I did have this, that it wasn't a stroke, that it wasn't a brain tumor, that it wasn't something more major. But it's honestly, it's not a big deal. I didn't lose it in a BB gun fight. I'm not that kid from the Christmas Story. I lost the use of the eye because of a combination of a couple of things: a really bad fight and something called Bell's palsy. But anyway, guys, like I say, I just wanted to take a minute to explain that. I get asked that a lot, and I just thought I'd take a minute to explain it to my subscribers. By the way, I just passed 1,500 subscribers, which was kind of a big milestone for me. I would have dreamed that many people would care about my channel, but I honest to God sincerely appreciate all the guys that watch my videos, that have subscribed to my channel, and I'll try to keep it real the way I have been before. Sometimes I curse, sometimes I don't speak very good, sometimes I explain things even worser, but it's my channel. I enjoy doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy me doing it for you. Guys, thanks for watching. I sincerely appreciate it.